Say hi.
Hello. Okay, no, you can't eat that.
Bye, Doodlebug.
Can you say welcome back to the podcast?
No,
Yes,
Brinley doesn't
good
care.
girl. Welcome back. Okay, don't eat that.
Maybe? Yeah, don't eat the cord. That won't thank you kindly.
Come
All
here.
the cords will cross me. It's fine. I did it.
Brinley, say welcome back to the podcast where Amanda and Olivia talk about whatever they want.
And laugh a lot along the way.
Good job. Good baby.
Good job, Brinley.
Papa birth. Oh,
Hello.
but seriously, welcome back to the podcast. Amanda and Olivia here.
Sup?
It's 10
here.
a.m. on a Friday morning, and we don't care. We're drinking White Claws.
Life is good.
Life is good.
I'm
yes.
very happy with life right now.
Are you? Is it going to plan? Did you have a plan for
Is
2021?
it going to plan? Does anything ever go to plan? No,
do you have
nothing
a
is
plan?
going according to my plan. Kind of.
Okay.
I have a generalized, I would like to see this happen while simultaneously realizing that life has its own plan. You know, man plans, God laughs. So
Yeah.
my plans have not once played out the way I thought they would. So now I'm just kind of winging it with a general end result.
Okay.
And
I
feel
mean, I
like,
think that's a healthy way.
right?
Yeah.
I can't make a 5-year plan. Has anyone made a successful 5-year plan? Have you made a successful 5-year plan?
I haven't made a successful 5-hour plan. I don't think ever.
I don't know. I guess I don't see the point in planning that far out. If you have a goal, set your goal, work to achieve it.
Yeah.
I mean, anything takes steps in the direction that you want to go, right? But as for planning out every step, there's too many curveballs for that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I cannot play baseball or softball to save my life. So we're just going to strike out a lot and hope we get there.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? Is life going according to your plan?
No. But again, I don't really think I had a plan. I mean, that might be part of the problem because now
The
that
lack of plan?
yeah, the lack of plan I think has been a problem.
How so?
I am kind of a more like let's just take things as they go kind of person. Just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Whatever happens, happens. But I feel like in doing that, I haven't like prepared myself for the things that could happen, like the bad things that could happen. So when
As
you
in
just
prepared
don't like when you just
all
don't,
around, mentally prepared
yeah,
for it?
all of it. Prepared.
Okay.
Financially, mentally, whatever, you know.
Yep.
So if you can't think far ahead and have a basic plan or a guideline, like
It's
especially
hard.
for me, when things happen that you really don't expect or you don't anticipate, it's really hard to kind of bounce back from that. But
That's
we're-
why
we're
sometimes it's
working on
good
it.
to see the worst case scenario. I mean, not be a pessimist, but be an optimistic realist
Friendly,
and
play
say,
with your
this is
toy."
what I'm hopeful for, and this is what could get in the way.
Yeah.
Because if you always look on the bright side and hope for the best, expect the worst. How's that?
Yeah.
We'll sum it up quick.
Listen, you just went outside. Okay.
Yes, this is a fact.
Do you need to go out again?
Oh, no.
Do you need to go outside?
Oh, no.
Do you want Aunt Olivia to take you outside?
I don't want to go outside. Why are you volunteering me for
you
this?
are dressed way better than me right now.
You have a full poncho behind you.
That's not on my body.
It's so easy. You don't even have to put it over your head. Brindoodle, I love you.
You're gonna have to wait, baby. We're busy, all right. We're
doing
important.
things.
We're talking important stuff today, and I think you need to be paying attention. Honestly. What are we talking about today? Oh wait, can we do something first?
Sure.
Like, okay, so
French fry.
this is French fry, guys. I think I brought him or her. I don't know. She's it doesn't really have a gender.
It's an elephant. It's a broken elephant.
It's a broken elephant. We
I don't
brought
think
her
he's
up-
been on yet.
No, we talked about her, him,
Her.
they. I'm not making fun. I just don't know what to call her. So it's
Well,
okay.
I feel like you're leaning more towards her.
Or they. Yeah, I don't know. French fry. I mean, yeah. Whatever. The elephant We brought her up in the podcast, like I think episode 2, we talked about her a little bit, right?
I have no idea what episode it was. I know it was about broken things being better.
Yeah. So you know what I'm going to do while I sit here and drink my White Claw and we talk about, accountability?
You're going to Mod Podge it back
I'm
together.
going to Mod Podge her back together. You know what else I brought?
Glitter?
No.
Oh.
Even better. I brought the gold stuff. So that
Get repaired with gold.
So that we can show the little gold
Yay.
cracks and she can... Now, I brought the piece that she was broken into 2 pieces. I only brought the 1 piece of French fry.
Why'd you only bring 1 piece?
I can't find the other piece.
That
but
would do
it. By the end of it, though, like, she'll have half a trunk. She can at least, spray water on her forehead. It'll be a good little French fry. My little mascot.
Good French fry.
I really don't anticipate this job lasting. She'll get broken again, no problem.
Probably.
But, we're going to sit here and do it. So this is French fry. We're going to try to fix her up today. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about accountability.
Accountability.
If
Unless
that's the
there's
way it
something
goes.
else that goes better. I don't know.
So
I feel like we're just going to wing it and we can start with that and see where it goes.
yeah, works for me.
But we're starting with accountability, and I don't even know where to start with accountability because
What is
there
it?
is so much. Let's
define accountability.
Geez. Okay. What's accountability? In as few words as possible so I don't ramble on for 10 minutes. Taking ownership of your entire life is about as simply as I can sum it up. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree with that. Taking ownership of your entire life, taking ownership of the things that happen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit. That's very broad, but I think
I feel like we could narrow it down. If we start broad, then we could.
This stuff does not smell good.
No, it doesn't. Not even slightly.
No.
But thank God we have White Claws.
Right?
Yay!
Yay.
Raspberry smells good.
I like the black cherry. I think that's my favorite.
I
I
like
like a good
cherries.
lime moment, but the black cherry is my jam.
I'm not a huge White Claw fan. I guess I'm just kind of in the mood for it today.
You were so excited for it, though. You're like, wait, where's mine? And I said, Are we drinking buddies today? Yeah, let's
Hell
do this.
yeah, we're drinking buddies
drinking
today
buddies
because we're
today.
just going to do the damn thing.
Okay.
And now that we got off topic for the first, third, 18th time already.
Well,
accountability.
You've been on this ride long enough to know that it's going to happen.
I know, it really does. The ADD is.
Deal with it. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's gold everywhere. Is it on me?
Better than plastic.
Oh, no.
Way better than plastic. I don't see any.
Okay,
I also
like
don't
it's
know where you dropped it.
Right here on the table, like I'm shaking.
I see it
this
on your
bottle.
fingers.
It's on my fingers. It's on my pants. Is it on the shirt?
I don't know. Your arm's blocking
I will
half of it.
figure it out later. No, it's
It's
fine.
fine.
It's fine. It's all fine. It's good.
Everything's fine.
I'm taking accountability right now for this.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Oh, God. Gold finger.
No, you told me it was too broad, but you're taking accountability for this. So what does that mean right now?
I mean, clearly I'm just shaking and shaking and shaking, and it's my fault
Shake and bake.
because I was the last one to do this, and like, how could I let this happen? Is basically what I'm trying to get at. Like, this is my fault. It's nobody else's fault. Nobody else was coming in here messing with my stuff. Nobody else told me, hey, shake this. I'm the one who decided to shake it. I'll take accountability for this. So, yeah, that happened.
I mean, it's still kind of broad, but it's more of an example, right?
Yeah.
Accountability is nothing more than maybe rephrase it into taking responsibility for your life. Stop blaming other people.
Yeah, I feel like that's
That's as specific as I can get.
You can talk about accountability to, the ends of the earth, but what it boils down to is it's as simple as stop blaming other people for the things that are going wrong or right in your life.
And I think that's the biggest part is a lot of times we want to blame other people when things go wrong.
Olivia, why didn't you tell me this cap was loose?
Son of a bitch, it's all my fault. It's always my fault.
It's not fair, though. That's not your fault. You didn't know.
It's not. And I guess the best thing to say about this is, and we've talked about this before, when you take accountability for your life, when you take responsibility or ownership, however you want to say it, when you stop blaming, your husband for not doing the dishes, and when you stop blaming your kids for not waking up on time and you own every last part of it.
Let's bring it to something that doesn't that makes sense for people without like husbands and kids. Like
Okay. Without
parents.
husbands and kids.
Everybody has parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do parents do
I'd say
that we
so.
like to blame them for, but we really shouldn't?
Oh, we
'Cause
blame
this could
everything
get
on our
deep.
parents.
We do, don't we? Because it's their fault. We
Everything.
didn't ask to be born, but they borned us. Right?
We done been born.
Did they not? Am I wrong?
I mean, one of them born us. I don't know how much credit you want to give to your husband for the birth of your children, but
Well, I'm kind of an oddball, so I actually give him more credit than a lot of people would, I think.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's
He's
so
pretty,
sweet.
yeah.
I would not be like that. If I'm the
That
one that's
doesn't
got to
mean
birth
I
the
walk
kids.
around saying this is all your fault. I never did that except to play because it was fun. It was fun to say things like that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to look great. You're going to be a great little French fry.
I am going to get so distracted this whole time.
Oh, I think it's almost done.
Oh, good, because if we're just doing gold things, and I do love it.
Gold finger.
We're okay. So if we're going to talk about blaming parents,
Yes.
let's say that you could blame parents for a lot of things. When a lot of people are brought up and say, well, I'm this way because my parents
Keep talking.
never
I'm gonna get
loved me the way that I needed them to. I mean, we just talked about love languages last week.
Yeah.
And when we did that, it could be one of those, maybe your parents didn't know your love languages growing up, because kids have them too. We kind of touched on that with your kids.
Who takes a love languages test with their kids? Like that wasn't.
You
even
would be surprised.
That wasn't even a thing when I was around. So
and that's
honestly,
part
even
of
if there
it.
was, I don't think my parents would have wanted to.
But now the people who are blaming their parents for things, we look at, we have this personality test and we have the love languages test. We have whatever. And you don't necessarily look at, I'll use my example, 25 years ago, we didn't have that. Maybe we did and it just wasn't common knowledge. What are you doing?
I'm looking for something.
Well, okay.
I'm listening.
I've been left. It's better when I have someone to converse with. Anyway.
You're conversing with me. I'm here. I'm just trying to clean up my mess.
She's yelling from the back room.
I'm just trying to clean up my mess because it was my fault and I don't have anything else. I'm just trying to make it right. All right? I'm trying to make it right.
All right. Okay. I'm
Okay,
fine. I'm
okay,
fine. It's
okay,
all right.
okay.
I can't even sing the right lyrics to the song. I don't remember it. Where were we? Parents?
Yeah.
Things that we blame parents for. I don't remember what route I was going down.
I don't know.
Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I was talking to Brinley.
Oh.
Your little strappy thing is hanging out your shoulder there.
Which one? What strappy thing?
That
Aw,
strappy
I
thing.
hate it. Oh my god. Okay, all right.
Accountability, parents. Okay, something that I remember. I got it, guys. I got it together.
Yay!
We will blame our parents for not loving us properly as kids. Like, you weren't given all the love or the type of love that you needed. And then all of a sudden you grow up and, well, I'm this way because I didn't get X, Y, and Z from my parents.
Have you ever seen My 600-Pound Life?
No.
There's a lot of that going on in that
Is
show.
there?
Yeah. I'm actually really obsessed with that show. I don't know why. I love getting on there. Like, it's a really good show if you like seeing success stories.
That's
and, like, you
good.
like seeing people improve themselves. It's also a really great show if you like shit shows. It's great for drama. Like, it gives
I
you
go
the
to Big
best
Brother
of...
for that.
Yeah, well, there's that. But it gives you the best of both worlds. I'm kind of obsessed with that show. But there's a lot
Okay.
of that goes on. I am the way I am today because this happened to me when I was whatever. And I don't see a lot of accountability happening in that show, which is when you get into, like, the drama and, the people failing and then they're blaming it on, like, oh, well, the doctor doesn't even know what's going on with my life. Like, I'm different, yada, yada, yada. So...
Makes me sad.
It is. It's very sad because you want to root for people.
But they make it hard sometimes.
It's so hard. And it's honestly like an exaggerated correlation to things that, you see every day with people, like people that you know.
Yeah.
It happens every day. Like, it's not just the people on that show, but yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to clean it up. I'm failing so hard here.
Yeah, we're just getting distracted.
No, it's fine.
Well, okay, so if we go off of that and the lack of accountability there, I am this way because of this. There's a difference in
Brinley.
telling your story and blaming everyone else for how you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the fine line that you have to tread is you're allowed to say, I am this way because of X, Y, and Z. What you're not allowed to do is use it as a pity party and say, poor me, I am this way because in my childhood, I don't know if I should say this. I feel like it might strike nerves with people.
It might, but it might need to strike nerves.
But if a parent walked out on you as a kid and you use that sob story growing into your 20s and further into adulthood, well, I am the way I am because my dad left, because my mom left. Okay, that's really traumatizing. I'm not going to undersell that. And it's really awful to go through as a child. You're an adult now. It's time to deal with your shit and stop using that as a reason to be a terrible human being.
I think there's a difference between using your experiences, whether they be good or bad. And in this case, obviously, we're talking about the bad experiences.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference in using your experiences to learn and grow and shape how you are, so that you can be a better person, or using those experiences to, like you said, pity party and think about what the world now needs to give to you.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's...
Keep saying, like, I this is just the way I am. Like,
I despise that phrase with everything in me.
This is just the way I am. It just doesn't seem fair, like, to be able to just go off and say, like, this is me. This is, like, I am who I am. Like, and that's your excuse for, you know, the way that you are. Like,
because that's the worst thing you can say.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that's only for people who have no desire to grow. If you say, well, that's just the way I am. I despise it. I've said it before in certain regards because I believe at the core you are who you are.
Well, I also think that, you know, we're living in a culture where that's a widely acceptable excuse too, right?
It is.
Like, you are okay. You are doing just fine, sweetie. You are here because you are who you are. And these things, you can't allow people to coddle you like that.
The angriest, unhappiest people that I know use that phrase.
I still feel like an asshole saying it though, because like I don't know.
I've accepted it. I'm a bitch and I'm okay with it.
You know,
I am. Okay. I'll call a spade a spade. But really, the people that I have come in contact with who are unhappy, who are negative, use that. Well, that's just the way I am. I don't care what trauma you have. I know somebody who has bucket loads of trauma, going back to 6 years old, all the way up. It happened over and over and over again. All this trauma piling up. And then all of a sudden it leads to this adult who resorts back. It's resorts, not reverts. Resorts back.
I think it's both.
No, it's resorts.
Sticking to my guns.
Resorts back to, well, when I was 7 years old, blah, blah, blah happened to me. I'm really sorry. You're not 7 anymore.
Like, that was a shitty thing. That was
it's awful.
Nothing like that shit ever happened to. I know what you're talking about. Nothing like that shit ever happened to a 7-year-old.
However, it does.
It does happen. It's a very serious thing, and these 7-year-olds could be broken for the rest of their life. They really could be.
Yeah, and it's one thing to be broken. But I believe everybody's broken.
Yeah.
Everybody has trauma. Everybody has something bad, something negative that's happened to them. It's how you move forward. And sure, proceed with caution, but baby steps. Baby steps. My favorite phrase, baby steps will still move you forward. And, you know, then this same person has said, well, when this happened, when I was 19, are you 19 now? You're not.
Right.
I could say when I was 22, blah, blah, blah happened. I'm 27. That's 5 years later. I don't want to live my entire life by what happened to me at 22.
Right.
I don't want to live my entire life by what experience I had at 14 years old. I don't want to be jaded over, let's break it down to basics, over bitchy middle school girls and all the drama that goes on. Do you want to be 13 forever? I sure as hell don't.
No.
Yeesh.
Don't let these people control you like that, you know?
And that's when you don't take accountability. What happens is you let all of these external factors, all of these outside forces say, hey, you're going to be this way.
Hit it with them. Hit them with it.
Oh man, this, guys, it gets me going. The whole thing, I could talk for 3 years, and y'all know I can talk a lot. I'm sorry. I'm really not, though. It's just, I'm very passionate about it because I've been there. I've been in a position where I blame somebody else for everything that went wrong.
Yeah.
And I said, I've already said this on here. I was in an abusive relationship. I don't say that to get pity. I don't say that as oh, poor me, I went through this. No, that's a part of my story now. It's something I went through. It's something I will talk about openly with anybody who wants to ask, because I would not be the person I am if I hadn't gone through that.
Right. Like, you can allow those experiences to, affect how you make decisions in the future, but you can't allow them to control you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Because then they win. Like, they absolutely win. All of these people who wanted to beat you down and tell you, everything about you, they then win. So are you going to allow that to happen? Or
never
are you going
let the
to
toxic people win?
Are you going to take accountability and say, no, you do not control me. I control me. Everything that I do, everything that I feel is now in my control, not yours.
Do you know what another hard pill to swallow is? To get that control back?
Yeah. What?
Like, for me personally, with that relationship, that was when I went through that period of time of, why does he do this? Mm-hmm. Why am I getting put through this? Why is he treating me this way?
It's got to be somebody else's fault.
It was always him. Mm-hmm. It was always him. He's doing this to me. Until I got to a point that I said, bitch, you're allowing this.
Yeah.
It's like, you keep going back knowing nothing's ever going to change. And that was the second that I took my power back. It was also the second that things got worse. But
at least, when you took your power back, like, now it's almost like a door opens. Like, you now have the key to get through the door and figure it out,
Yep. And now my misery was my fault. So at the end of the day, if I was crying myself to sleep at 11 o'clock, which happened, I can't even tell you how many times, that was on me. Mm-hmm. I did that. So it wasn't, I'm looking at somebody else. Why am I going through this? Why is this happening? Why blah, 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 blah. No, I had to look inward and say, what is so broken in me that I'm okay with this being my life?
Yeah.
And that's a really hard pill to swallow, is that introspection that we keep talking about, is digging into yourself. Why are you allowing whatever it is into your life?
Right.
Whether it's, abusive people or just toxic people in general, or
like, yeah, okay, so the introspection, poor French fry.
No, not that French fry. The French fries that I can eat way too many of at Wendy's that sound really good right now. French fries dipped in Frosties.
Don't eat my French fry.
He doesn't look good. I want actual French fries.
I was going on something and now I don't remember what it was. Thank you. It wasn't French fries. It's fine. Keep talking. It'll come back.
I went off on my little tangent and we were talking about, taking your power back and owning it. And no matter what it is, not necessarily get rid of.
I do want to say that.
Good, because I'm out.
We still got a long time to go. Drink your White Claw.
No, I was just rambling there for a second. I couldn't go back to what I had said.
I think this is a really rough. Accountability is really rough. Not that we've never done rough topics in the past.
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing rough
topics. We're gonna keep doing it. At what point do you stop blaming yourself? Because I feel like there's accountability and then there's things are always my fault. Like, you can definitely take that to the extreme, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just a horrible person, and then that gets into your head,
I might have an answer
all
for
of this
one.
thing. I know, but I don't know it. All right, answer it.
You never really stop blaming yourself. What you do is you forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time.
That's healthy.
And then you move on.
That.
That's what I came to terms with, because when I got myself into that situation, I was 22. Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything about anything, even though I thought I did. What 22-year-old doesn't think they know everything about life? I learned a lot really, really quick. And in doing that, it was just a scenario that when I was healing from it, I'm still healing from it. It's a year and a half old. And I don't know that I'm ever going to be done healing from it, because as you go through life, you learn a lot of things, and you have to unlearn behaviors and patterns from childhood, from teenage years, from adult experiences,
but
whatever
you are
it is.
committed to the process. Even though it is a hard process, you're still committed to it.
And that's what you have to be, is committed to it. Make that decision to say, I went through this, and at that time, I didn't know any better. At that time, I didn't. I was in a really bad mental state when I was 22 years old. And looking back, I know that. What I did, I blame myself for putting me in this situation. And the 27-year-old in me looks at that 22-year-old and says, I'm so sorry that you didn't know any better, but I've learned from it, so we're never going to go through that again.
Yeah, let's get through this, girl.
Yeah, it's talking to those past versions of yourself and knowing that you were growing and you were learning along the way, and that's okay, even if you get into those negative situations.
Growth and learning, I feel, is an appropriate excuse to have. Like, I mean, obviously blaming other people isn't, but, and again, like, I just think that blaming yourself is just a really big hole that you can dive into very easily, and that could lead to
very dark
self-destructive behaviors and
yes.
Lifestyles. But the whole, hey, we are learning, we are growing, we are moving on. But this also happened. We need to take ownership of it.
Because it's your story.
Yeah.
And you should be proud of your story, no matter where you came from. That hurts my heart. Genuinely, I think I feel my little pieces of my heart break off when people don't want to talk about their stories.
Yeah.
And when they don't want to say what they've been through, because I understand it's painful. But then it's like you're still ashamed of yourself. And to me, if you like who you are right now, and if you're happy in the direction you're headed, you should never be ashamed of where you came from, no matter how ugly you may think it is.
Yeah.
Everybody has a past that they're not necessarily proud of.
Right.
Because everybody fights demons that you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So how can you...
I don't know. For me, like, talking is fine. I just don't want to talk to people that involve other people. I don't know. It's
You want it to go to one person and stop there, not go through the whole town?
Yes.
I don't think you're alone in that.
Yeah, I think that's where talking to a therapist is really helpful. So maybe I don't want to share like all the trauma that I've been through with, somebody, but I can share it with somebody, and that somebody can help me talk through it.
And that somebody is paid to not take it any further.
Yeah,
otherwise they get fired.
Best part. That is the best part. Like, yes, thank you for keeping my secrets. But
I love therapy.
Yeah.
I really do.
I haven't been in a while. I don't really love it, but I'm glad I did it. Like, it's fine.
It's okay.
I'm glad it wasn't for me. Well, actually, no, it was for me. I needed it at the time. But even at the time, I was like, this is never going to work. I hate this. And I did. I hated every step of it. But I'm still glad, like, looking back, I'm still glad that I went.
Yeah.
And I can still recognize when I'm getting to the point where I need to go to a therapist again. It hasn't been for a while.
Yeah.
So at least there's that.
That's a big thing, is recognizing when you need the help or when you need someone to talk to, and then still reaching out for it.
Yeah.
That's part of the accountability. Is we talked about the first 5, recognize.
See, now we moved them so that you we moved the microphone so you wouldn't hit them.
We didn't do it for that reason. I sat on my hands for a whole podcast just so I wouldn't hit them. And then you sat here and smacked them back and forth.
Oh my God.
It's fine. What was I saying?
Accountability, yada, yada, yada. I don't know.
Oh, we talked about the first 5.
Yeah.
And how to recognize when you're getting to a point that you're going to melt down, right? And then another part of that accountability is maybe owning what pushed you to that point.
I think the accountability part would come after you do the first 5.
Yeah.
Because like when you're on the verge of a crisis, like that's not the time to say this is all my fault.
It's not the moment.
Maybe that's what you're saying in the moment, and you need to stop and get yourself out of that. But after that, once you're in a healthier mind space, you're like, it might help to just like write it down. Okay, this is what happened.
Take the trash
This
out.
is what I did to cause that. Whether it's I allowed this person into my life.
I just did that with you today. When I walked in and I told you my story about how I had my 3-minute meltdown where I was like sobbing on my bathroom floor and then I picked myself up and I said, this is my situation due to
You did. We had that
my
whole
choices.
conversation and I was like, that's so
how
relevant
appropriate.
For today.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
But it really is. And this is fun. This is fun.
So.
While I was having my meltdown, I'm dead serious. It lasted 3 minutes. It lasted the length of one song. I was sobbing on my bathroom floor. And I picked myself up. And the way that I got back, I used one of those grounding techniques. Because I was hyperventilating for those 3 minutes.
You used the sight, the touch, the whatever. Yeah.
I did that thing. And it brought me back real quick. And then I was able to stand up. And I have this whole, it's a Pinterest quote. I'm not going to lie about that. It's you get 2 emotional minutes in a day and then you got to be a gangsta. Yeah. So I did that and I decided I got 3 minutes. So now it just has to carry over until tomorrow. So I get 1 emotional minute tomorrow. That's a lie. I'd still get 2.
I can't remember if it was from like a sitcom or a drama or something, but I heard like you have 5 minutes to absolutely scream and be a shithole and say whatever it is that you've got to say. You have 5 minutes and then you have to clean yourself up and walk out of here.
Dust yourself off and keep going because life goes on.
Yeah, but in that 5 minutes, you do whatever it is you got to do. You say whatever it is you need to say. You punch the walls. You throw a fit.
I don't want to punch the walls.
I don't either. But if you
I don't have strong enough hands.
If you got to do it, then do it. You know, but fix the wall when you're done.
Definitely fix the wall.
Don't leave it for me.
Oh, man.
I won't fix it.
But I love that because that also, I think that's a really helpful tool in being accountable. Correct me if you disagree or tell me if you think I'm wrong. But the meltdowns and then the allowing yourself X amount of time to say, okay, I've got this and then done. You're accountable for not letting the rest of your life go to waste.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a day. Maybe some days it's hard to get out of bed. Anybody else been there?
Yeah.
All the time where it like can physically hurt to get out of bed. And maybe that's the one thing that challenges you that day is getting out of bed. And then you remind yourself, you know, if this is what I have to do today, okay, but it doesn't get to turn into a week, a month, 3 months.
Right.
You have to pick yourself up and analyze, do that introspection to say, this is where I'm at. I am here because I did, because I allowed, because I accepted X, Y, and Z, or because I overextended. That's a huge one. Don't blame other people for you getting stressed out when you are overextending yourself.
That's my problem. That I overextend myself. Well, I don't anymore, but
I say you definitely don't anymore.
No, I don't anymore.
You learned that lesson. You said no.
I said no more.
Cancel plans.
Yeah.
I keep hitting it.
It's fine. I didn't hear it that time.
Yes.
It's fine. Yeah, the whole over. But then like the next step is now what can we do to fix it? Like this happened because of this. How do I fix it? How do I become a better person from this? How do I take this negative and turn it into a positive?
That's the hard part, is growing from it.
So hard. I think it's the hardest part of accountability.
Is growth even the same for everybody? There's no way it is. Everybody grows differently, so we can't answer that.
No.
There's absolutely
no way. You can always
no
talk
way.
about it with a friend and they can help you figure it out.
Call your good people.
Call your good people.
Call the good people. And
call your good people.
Like, bitch, let's drink. It's been a day.
Grab a
No, don't do that.
margarita.
Don't go drink when it's been a day. That's a really unhealthy coping mechanism.
I don't know. It is if you're alone. I feel like if you need to grab a drink with a friend and then talk shit out, but don't like go out and get drunk and party and try to like
It's when it becomes
avoid
pattern.
it. Don't avoid the problem. If you need a drink just to get it out of your system, then do it. But you better be doing something productive with that drink. Like talk it out.
Clean your house.
Clean your house.
That's what I do when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing to do in college when I got stressed. I also procrastinated writing essays, and I didn't want to do them. I'd crack open a beer, and I'd vacuum my whole house. I would deep clean it. And then when it was done, I felt better because I did something I didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. I let myself have the drink, and then I was able to refocus and sit down. It's just don't let it become an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Don't let it be I've had a bad day, I need a beer, because that's not healthy.
No, I like to joke about that a lot.
I do too, but it's not good.
It's just I don't like actually like my husband will come home and crack open a beer sometimes, and not even just because he's had a bad day, but like, and that's fine. Just because I can't do that. Like
I can't either.
coming home and just wanting to drink a glass of wine or a White Claw or whatever, like that's just not, I would rather, if I'm going to like have alcohol, I want to be with friends. I want to be out. I want to be having a good time. I don't want to be wallowing in misery. Like that's stupid.
Yeah. I actually feel really, really awful about myself if I have a bad day and the first thing I do is drink.
Yeah.
If I get to that point, I've reached I don't want to say an age, but just I guess that point in my life where if I have a really bad day, if I have a really stressful day and I have that thought in my head where I think I really want to drink right now, I will do 10 other things and then reevaluate if I want to drink. Mm-hmm. That's just what I have to do. And I always end up feeling better because I get things done and I was able to pull my attention to healthier things.
Yeah.
So then when I do open a bottle of wine, when I do have a drink, when I do whatever, it's something like this where I'm hanging out with a friend.
It's something that's fun and it's not something that's negative.
It's not going to, cause increased negativity.
Correct. I got excited because you started talking about like breaking things and getting fixed, and then you started talking about like actual French fries, and then I was like, oh, that's way better than French fry. But this is what French fry looks like, and I don't know. Like maybe I'll.
You already showed him what French fry looks like.
Yeah, but now that he's fixed,
you should. Well, no, then I'd have to adjust focus.
I don't know. French
fry. You can't really see the gold on him from all the way back there.
Well, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now. Pop! This is French fry.
This is French fry.
And, he's been through some shit. So, but...
He's Cora's spirit animal. She's Cora's spirit animal.
Cora's spirit animal. I'm going to try to wrap it into accountability. How is...
I have an idea.
French fry accountable for the gold?
French fry isn't accountable for the gold. You're accountable for the fact that you broke French fry and now you got to fix him.
I know. I don't remember how French fry got broken, unfortunately. But, we did the thing and now
French
fry's fixed.
What if the gold is the accountability?
Holding your trunk together?
Yes, hold your trunk together.
I'm really sad if you guys are listening and not watching. I mean, that is on you.
It's so much better if you watch.
Just stop what you're doing. Go to YouTube. Okay.
But anyway. I like it. Maybe the gold can be the accountability so that when you do... How's
that White Claw treating you?
Oh, man. It's going straight to my head. When you take accountability for your life, it's like putting gold into all of those cracks and all of those blaming moments. Yeah. And instead of filling them with the negativity, you're putting something beautiful in there because it really is beautiful to take accountability for your life.
I freaking love this analogy. This is the best analogy you've ever come up with, I think. Yeah.
I mean, to take your power back, fill those negative spaces with the gold. Fill them with something you're proud of and add a little sparkle to your story.
A little sparkle to your story. Make your mistakes a little bit better.
I'm so proud of my analogy too.
Well, we definitely could have fixed this with, something like
glue.
Hot glue would have been awful.
Clear, sticky would have
duct tape. You could duct tape it together. But we didn't. We didn't choose any of those.
No.
Any of those. We chose to fix it with the gold.
Make it beautiful.
And so now
looks like a little necklace on her trunk.
She's a broken elephant, but she's still a beautiful elephant.
And she's accountable for all her breaks.
And she's still going to bring joy to us when we look at her.
It's like Kelly Clarkson's song, I'm broken and I'm beautiful.
I'm broken and I'm beautiful. I'm broken and I'm beautiful.
I like it. So,
new theme song.
It should be.
All right.
How do we end? Just take your power back. Own your life. Yeah. Own your shit. Own your good shit. Own your bad shit. I'm enjoying cussing today. It's fun. It's the White Claw that did it. I enjoy it more when I drink. It's not. No, this is me on a regular basis.
Well,
I don't have anything else.
I'm done. Me neither. We're good.
I'm done. I'm out. French fries fixed. We all have our power back. It's going to be a beautiful world. And until next time, cheers, friends.
Cheers, guys.